Right, in today's class, we are discussing about measuring of high voltage using electrostatic instruments. So first, we have to differentiate the what is the difference between electrostatic instruments and PMMC instruments and MI instruments. The main discussion is with respect to operating principle. Okay, so PMMC instrument will create the deflection torque with the help of magnetic effect. MI instrument is also create the deflecting torque with the help of magnetic effect. But here in the concept of electrostatic instruments, we will create the deflection torque with the help of static electric field. That means the attraction force or repulsion force, it is created with the help of static electric field. So in previous class we have seen the introduction, we have seen the operating principle, we have seen the basic classification, that is linear type and disk type electrostatic instruments. So in today's class, we are going to differentiate the classification depending upon the measurement of high voltage using electrostatic instruments. Okay. So coming into the introduction, which we are going to see, that is so introduction, principle of operation, and we will see again linear motion and circular motion types, and we will see the classification of electrostatic instrument for measuring high voltages, that is Kelvin multi-stellar voltmeter and quadrant voltmeter, and we will see the types of quadrant voltmeters, that is heterostatic type and ideostatic type. And next we will discuss about attracted disk type electrostatic voltmeters and Kelvin absolute electrostatic voltmeters. So these are all various types. So the main application is to measure high voltage as measuring of high voltages. The basic exact what is the thing is electrostatic voltmeter main application is to measure high voltage. It is designed to measure high voltages. So in today's class we are going to see what are the various types of applications where we can evolve ourselves in the application of electrostatic voltmeter. So in the concept of this electrostatic voltmeter, in very application, how to measure such an amount of high range of voltages, that we are going to show in today's class. So you may first make yourself clear the difference between PMMC instrument, MI instrument and electrostatic voltmeter is in PMMC instrument and in MI instrument we created the deflector with the help of magnetic effect. Here in electrostatic instruments, we are not discussing about that magnetic effect. In order to create the deflection torque, we are using static electric field. That means attraction force and repulsion force is created with the help of an static electric field. So this is the general introduction we have seen in our previous class. Electrostatic instruments is one of the electromechanical type, indicating type instruments. There are three classification of secondary instruments: indicating type, integrating type, and recording type. So electrostatic instrument is a indicating type instrument. This is used mostly for AC and DC, but it is mostly preferred for measuring AC because of this calibration of frequency, and mostly it is a high voltage device measurement. This is a high voltage device measurement. So when we see the principle of operation, so when we are so keen that we are differentiating about this VMMC instrument, MI instrument, and electrostatic instruments. So the principle of operation, that means here the deflection torque is created with the help of static charges. Deflection torque is created with the help of static charges. That means these static charges will create the deflection torque, and after the deflection torque is created, the needle will start deflecting from initial position to a certain position. So how the deflection torque is created? How the deflection torque is created? So here in this classification, we have seen in stress class linear type and circular disk type or circular vein type. So what is the operating principle? Here we are having two plates. See, this is a linear type. In stress class we have seen a brief view. This is a fixed type plate, and this is a fixed plate, and this is a moving plate. We have given a supply. Either we have given a measuring voltage source or EMF, whatever it may be the thing. We have given the supply here. What will happen when we give a supply to this particular fixed plate and moving plate? Fixed plate is fixed together, it's a fixed thing, it doesn't move. So the moving plate is connected with respect to a spring in order to create certain controlling torque. Okay, and the moving plate is connected with respect to spindle. See, Next to the moving plate, you are having a gray type thing. This is nothing but the moving plate. Okay, and next we have needle. Okay, so this is nothing but spring with respect to the bearing, spring bearing. So this is about a construction, and this is nothing but a calibrated scale. This is a calibrated scale. So what happens? Plate A is fixed, plate B is movable. Electric charge or electrical supply is connected here. This is the charge or supply connected, and fixed plate is ionized with respect to negative source, and positive moving plate is ionized with respect to positively charged particles. And this is a negatively charged ioned plate, and this is a positively charged ion plate. What will happen? There is to be a force of attraction between fixed plate and moving plate, and needle will starts deflecting. There used to be a force of attraction between fixed plate and moving plate. What will happen? What will happen? The needle will start deflecting here in this dimension. The needle will start deflecting, and the deflection torque is created. Needle will start deflecting, and the deflection torque is created. So similar, after the needle reaching a particular magnitude of measurable value, controlling torque is created in a counter direction. This is controlling torque, T suffix C. Controlling torque is achieved with the help of this particular control needle. So this is a linear type electrostatic instrument. This is a linear type electrostatic instrument. So why it is a linear type means here why we are calling this as a linear type. Even yes, right. Most of you said in a previous class because of the construction. Why it is a linear type means because of the construction, because the fixed plate and movable plate both are constructed in a linear manner, and both are placed oppositely, adjacently in a linear manner. Right? It is one of the thing. Second thing is the force of attraction. The force of attraction in between two plates are linear. And second thing is, if there is two plates are linear, fixed plate is linear with respect to the moving plate, or fixed plate is adjacent with respect to the movable plate, at that condition it will act like a capacitor, and there used to be certain amount of charge stored in between that capacitor. Charge stored in capacitor. That means at steady state condition, at a steady state condition, what is meant by steady state condition? Steady state condition is nothing but an instant where the deflection torque is equal to controlling torque. At what condition the steady state condition exists? So whenever the needle will reach a particular magnitude, needle will reach a particular magnitude of measurable value. That means let us say here we have to measure 7 volts. The needle starts deflecting from 0 volts to 7 volt. That is the maximum value of the magnitude which is flowing in the line. So that is nothing but that position is called steady state value. That means the meter which is about to read a particular magnitude, that is a steady state condition. At that steady state condition, what will happen? At the steady state condition, the deflection torque will act like in this particular clockwise direction, and the controlling torque will act like in opposite direction, counterclockwise direction. And this is controlling torque, and that is deflection torque. At steady state condition, deflection torque T suffix D is equal to controlling torque T suffix C. Controlling torque T suffix C. So this is how the force is observed with the help of this mechanical displacement. That means this is how the actual controlling torque is developed. The mechanical work done is developed. So the entire thing is operated with respect to the law of energy conversion. Energy can be neither created nor destroyed. What is the initial source? Initial source is electrical voltage. Electrical voltage given here, and that electrical voltage is induced into a static electrical field. With the help of static electrical field, what we have done? We have moved the needle from initial condition to a particular stationary condition. Sorry, initial condition to a particular steady state condition. Okay, and most important thing is here it is a non-linear scale, because the deflection angle theta is proportional to current square with respect to the torque equation which we discussed in S++. That's why it is having a non-linear scale, and linear type electrostatic voltmeter is having a capability to read around 20 kilovolts. See, it will read a high range of 20 kilovolts, and second most important thing is the scale is not uniform, because, and again another most important thing is it is independent of current. It's independent of currents. Okay, so this is about linear type. The maximum operating range is 20 kilovolts, and it is having a linear scale, and it is independent of current. Right. So next classification, if we see the next classification, circular motion type. Circular motion type. In already in previous class we have discussed this. This is like in the previous class we have discussed in a vane type electrostatic voltmeter. Circular motion type electrostatic voltmeter is similar to the vane type electrostatic voltmeter. Okay, it is quite similar to this linear type electrostatic voltmeter, electrostatic instrument. But the thing is here, in the place of two electrodes in linear type, what we discussed in linear type, we discussed the instrument in the chance of electrodes. But now we are discussing this in the time with respect to plates. Two plates, two plates, two circular plates are placed here. This is one circular plate. See, this is the circular plate, and this is one circular plate. Two circular plates are there. Okay, controlling torque is achieved with the help of the spring. See, this is the spring. This is one. This is the circular plate. Sorry, this is one moving movable plate, and this is one movable plate. Two plates. One is fixed plate and movable plate, and this is fixed plate, and this is a movable plate. Okay, and this is nothing but the spring. This is the spring, and this is nothing but the spindle connected needle. Someone posted a query 283. What is non-linear type scale? There's a In construction we can't say linear scale and non-linear scale. We definitely can't choose a linear scale, non-linear scale. Depending upon the deflection angle theta, we can define the behavior of scale. Let us say in PMMC instrument, the deflection angle theta is proportional to current, directly proportional to current. But in MI instrument, at that instant, if deflection angle is directly proportional to current, that means if the behavior of current changes, definitely the deflection angle will change. But here in MI instrument, deflection angle is proportional to current square. That makes the things complex, and whenever there is a change in current, there is to be a slight deviation in the deflection angle. That's why it is non-linear there. And in coming to electrostatic instruments, deflection angle theta is proportional to voltage square. Like in PMS instrument, deflection angle theta is proportional to current square. Here, the deflection angle theta is proportional to voltage square. That means when there is a small change in voltage, whenever there is a small change in voltage, whenever there is a change in voltage condition, the deflection angle theta in deflection angle theta, there used to be only minute change. There is no direct change with respect to direct relation. That makes the scale behavior non-linear. I hope it's clear. 283. Is it clear? That someone posted 236, I think. Sorry, if we apply AC to the non-linear, to the linear type, if we apply AC to the linear type 1, then the needle will oscillate to and fro instead of moving in one direction. How can we read? I didn't get you actually. If you apply AC to the linear type 1, then the needle will oscillate to and fro instead of moving in one direction. Then how can we read the reading? Let me see. So here I applied then AC DC magnitude. positive and negative. So if we apply an AC magnitude, if we apply an AC magnitude here, if we apply an AC magnitude, so what will happen? AC magnitude is nothing but an instantaneous value. Instantaneous value. At that condition also, these two parallel plates will ionize. At that condition also, two parallel plates will ionize, and there used to be a strong electric field in between two parallel plates. So here, don't get confused with respect to supply. Even though I have chosen positive and negative, positive and negative, we can also choose an AC supply so that the two parallel plates will be ionized and there used to be a strong electric field in between two parallel plates. Okay, and that condition, the needle will deflect from one condition to another condition. And I hope it's clear. Right, okay. Don't get deviated with respect to the supply polarities. Either it may be the DC polarity or an AC polarity. Our main aim is to create strong electric field. With the help of that electric field, we have to create an attraction force or repulsion force, and we have to convert that electric field to an mechanical field. If anybody is having any doubt, you can post your doubt in the chat. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So this is one fix. This is a fixed vane, and this is the movable vane, and this is a fixed vane, and this is a movable vane, and here we have the spindle. Here we have the spindle. On on the vertical spindle we have the spring. See, this is the spring, control spring. And next we connected a needle here. This is the needle connected next to the spindle. Okay, this is the vertical spindle. See, the vertical spindle. In the vertical spindle we have connected two vanes. One is a fixed vane, another one is a movable vane. Okay, and this is nothing but casing for the protection of vanes from outer atmosphere. This is nothing but casing, and this is nothing but our control spring. So altogether, how we connected the fixed vane, moving vane, needles and all means all together pivoted on a spindle. This is a vertical. This vertical conductor is nothing but spindle here. Controlling torque is achieved with the help of a control spring, and with respect to the spindle only we connected the needle. See, this is the needle and this is a scale. This is a scale. Again, it is an electrostatic instrument. The scale is non-uniform because theta is proportional to voltage square as we derived in the torque expression. So what happens means whenever the supply is connected, this fixed vane, will ionize and with a particular charge, and the movable vane is ionized with respect to particular charge. What will happen with respect to fixed vane? And fixed vane is ionized with a polarity, moving vane is ionized with a polarity. They will attract, and what will happen with respect to that attraction or repulsion? The spindle will rotate. The spindle will rotate, and the needle will start deflecting from one shell position to another position. That means that the torque is created with the help of force of attraction or repulsion. Deflection force or deflection torque is created with respect to the force of attraction in between these two particular parallel plates. That means here this looks like a rotating capacitor. If you see, this is a clean explanation. This looks beautiful thing. This looks like a rotating capacitor. Assume a capacitor rotating at a particular stationary field. Assume that capacitor is rotating at a particular field at an angular displacement of theta. So that is how this circular motion type exists here. Okay. So third classification, this is a Kelvin multicellular voltmeter. Kelvin multicellular voltmeter. This is a type of linear type electrostatic voltmeter. This is an electrostatic voltmeter, but what actually happens means this is quite familiar with respect to the operation principle of linear type electrostatic voltmeter. Why I am saying linear type electrostatic voltmeter means, here see, we are having a spindle here. This is nothing but this is the spindle, With respect to the spindle, what we have connected means we connected the veins here. This is one vein. See, 1 second. Go to the spotlight. So this is nothing but a moving vein. This is a moving vein. This is a moving vein. This is a moving vein. That means these are all parallel plates connected to the spindle or moving veins. And with respect to the moving veins, these are fixed veins. See, this is a fixed vein structure. This entire thing is a fixed vein structure. This is a fixed vein structure. Fixed vein structure. And next, this is our calibrated scale, and this is nothing but our pointer. This is nothing but our pointer, and this is nothing but a type of control. Mostly we use a spring control. And next, with respect to the spring and connected spindle, we connected a particular suspension for phosphorus bronze suspension, and at the top we created the screw, that is torsion head screw. Okay. And second thing is the damping control is provided with the help of fluid friction damping. See, this is the experience where we can see the fluid friction damping. This is about construction. If you have any doubts, just let me know in the chat. So this is a spindle. Vertical conductor is nothing but spindle. See, this is the spindle. On the spindle we connected the moving veins, plate type segments. This works on the principle of linear type electrostatic voltmeter, but it looks like it constructed depending upon circular motion type electrostatic voltmeter. The operating principle depends upon linear type electrostatic voltmeter, but the construction depends upon circular motion type electrostatic voltmeter. So on the connection spindle, we have connected the movable vanes. This is one movable vanes. These are all movable vanes, and the outer periphery to the movable vanes, we have connected the fixed vanes. Okay. With respect to the spindle, we connected the needle, silver needle, and next we have, this is nothing but a scale, and the deflection damping torque is achieved with respect to fluid friction damping. So what will happen after the supply is energized? After the supply is energized, what will happen? Supply is energized. This fixed plate. These all fixed plates is having certain charged with one polarity, and movable plates are charged with one polarity. What will happen? Fixed plates are charged with one polarity, let us say positive, and movable plates are charged with one polarity, let us say negative. What will happen with respect to the force of attraction? Okay, these movable plates will start rotating. These movable plates will start rotating. Okay, and needle will start deflecting on a particular scale. And the damping torque is provided with the help of an fluid friction damping. Okay, this is how this Kelvin electrostatic voltmeter works. So second type of classification, that is a quadrant voltmeter type. So this is a peculiar structure, quadrant voltmeter type. So this is completely based on circular motion type electrostatic instruments. So the construction is also quite similar. Quadrant are similar to the circular motion type electrostatic voltmeter. This is nothing but a fixed vein. This is nothing but a movable vein. See, this particular area, this particular part of circle, this is nothing but movable vein, and this grade portion is nothing but fixed vein. This is again movable, and this is particular fixed vein. This is nothing but a exact point of view. If we see in a side view, this is nothing but an instrument. See, this is a fixed veins. This is a fixed vein. Second. This is a fixed vein. This segment is nothing but a fixed vein, and this is a movable vein. And again, this is a fixed vein. That means in between two fixed veins, we placed the movable vein. And this is nothing but a connected spindle on a vertical spindle. See, right, someone posted in the chat, what is meant by spindle means spindle is nothing but a vertical conductor where we connect all these type of fixed veins, moving veins, and needles. Mostly The needle is connected next to the spindle always. So in the presence of this magnetic field, or in PMM's instruments, or in the presence of this electrostatic field, whenever we come across this field, either it is a magnetic field or an electrical field, the spindle will start rotate, and with respect to the spindle, the connected needle will start moving on a particular calibrated scale. See, so spindle is nothing but this vertical conductor. This is spindle is nothing but the vertical conductor which is placed in between two fixed plates. This is a fixed plate. This is a fixed plate. Okay, and we connected needle on that. We connected movable plate in between two fixed plates, and the supply polarity is given. Supply polarity is given. What will happen? Fixed plate will ionize with one charge. Movable plate will ionize with one charge. What will happen in between in between two fixed plates? This is one fixed plate and fixed plate. This fixed plate is ionized with one charge, positive. Let us say positive. Let us assume it is positive. And movable plate is ionized with one charge. Let us say negative. And again, this fixed plate is ionized with positive charge. What will happen in between two fixed plates? The movable plate will start rotate. Movable plate will start rotate, and the spindle will start rotating. See, the spindle is connected next to the movable plate, not to the fixed plate, right? Whenever the movable plate is started rotating, the spindle will start rotating, and the spindle is connected next to the scale, and the scale will show a particular deflection. Okay, so the controlling torque is achieved with the help of spring, and the damping torque is created with the help of a fluid friction damping. That means how we can explain this thing means here both plates are diagonally fixed. Okay, the needle is suspended equidistant between two upper and lower quadrants of the circular case. That means voltage to be measured is connected in between these two particular fixed plates. How much amount of voltage we need to measure is placed in between two these fixed plates. In between the fixed plates, we are placing the movable plate. So there are various types of quadrant type voltmeters. So among them, this is the first type, that is heterostatic type quadrant voltmeter. Heterostatic type quadrant voltmeter. So when heterostatic type quadrant voltmeter, here the measuring voltage is provided with respect to the needle with the help of an additional supply. The help of additional supply. See here, the voltage to be measured is observed here. The voltage is to be measured is observed here. This is the voltage which we are going to measure. Next, the voltage to be measured is fed to the fixed plate. So this is the fixed plate. This is the fixed plate. This is the fixed plate. And this is the fixed plate. The fixed plate is provided with respect to the voltage to be measured, and the movable plate is fed with respect to an HT battery. See, this is nothing but a movable plate. Needle moving. So this is nothing but a movable plates. So the fixed plates are called as quadrants, and the movable plate is placed called with respect to capital M, needle needle plate. Okay, we call that as a needle plate, and the needle plate is connected with respect to the HT battery. HT battery. What will happen when we? This is the construction point of view. So this looks like quite complex. You can follow figure A or you can follow figure B. Both are same. This is nothing but an operating structure, and this is nothing but a schematic. This is nothing but a schematic. That's why I'm explaining this. Don't look at this figure. This is quite complex. Don't make yourself complex. Just make yourself simple. With respect to simple explanation, I'm analyzing. So the fixed plate is connected with respect to the voltage to be measured, and the movable plate is connected with respect to the HT battery. What will happen? What will happen? Fixed plates are charged with certain polarity, and movable plate is charged with one polarity. And what will happen? The movable plate will starts deflecting in the presence of mobile plate will starts deflecting in the presence of fixed plate, and the needle will connected next to the spindle will starts deflecting. Okay, that is about heterostatic type quadrant voltmeter. The next one is idiostatic type or idiostatic type quadrant voltmeter. Here we don't use any external supply. We don't use an external supply. Mostly this type of idiostatic type electrostatic voltmeter is preferred for portable electrostatic instruments. Okay, here we don't use any other additional supplies. Here we use fluid friction damping. So here the voltage which is measured, which voltage to be measured is connected to the fixed plate as well as the movable plate. See, outer periphery is nothing but fixed plates and the inner periphery is nothing but movable plates. Fixed plates are ionized with respect to one charge and the movable plates are ionized with respect to one charge. What will happen with respect to the force of attraction? The movable plate will start deflecting and the needle will start deflecting. Okay, so that is about two types of classification of circular type. So second type of classification, that is attracted disc type electrostatic voltmeter. Attracted disc type electrostatic voltmeter. So this attracted disc type electrostatic voltmeter. One second. So this type of attracted disc type electrostatic voltmeter is used for higher voltages, at higher voltages around 10 kV. Okay, if we see the construction perspective of attracted disc type electrostatic voltmeter, which contains two discs. It contains two discs. One is a fixed disc and another one is a moving disc. Fixed disc and moving disc. The moving disc is supported with the help of a coach spring, which is suspended on the micrometer head. Okay, the moving disc is provided with the help of a guard ring. So this is the guard ring and this is one guard ring. And in order to reduce the friction effects, okay, so in order to reduce the friction effects, we created certain amount of air gaps here. We have created certain amount of air gaps here. So this is about the construction perspective of attracted disc type electric disc type voltmeter. The voltage, how can we analyze the working means? The applied voltage is connected with respect to the moving discs. In between, applied voltage is in between fixed disc and moving disc. The moving disc will starts attracting towards downward, or it is brought back to zeroth position by turning of the micrometer heads. That means the movement is required to return to the disk to the zeroth position whenever the applied voltage is about to measure. Applied voltage is about to measure. So that means here the applied voltage is placed in between entire applied voltage is placed in between two parallel plates. This is one parallel plate, fixed plate, and movable plates. The applied voltage is placed in between fixed plate and moving plates. Okay, there used to be a type of attraction, and the movable plate will start rotating. Movable plate will start rotating, and a needle is connected next to this particular movable plate, and it will start deflecting. So this is about Kelvin absolute electrostatic type meter. So the theory we discussed about. So next, if we see the behavior of voltage in this type of attracted type electrostatic voltmeter. So if we see the torque expression, so let us assume the voltage to be measured, which is applied in between parallel plates, is capital V, and the force created in between movable disc and fixed disc is F. The distance or the particular gap between two discs is measured with respect to small d, and the area of the entire disc is represented with respect to A. So permittivity is nothing but the material, what type of material we have used to choose that disk. So if we see that torque expression of force expression of electrostatic voltmeter, that is half V square dc divided by dc by dx. So if it is looks like a capacitor in a particular shape, so the dc divided by dx is represented with respect to c by d, and the c is equal to epsilon a by d. Most of you are familiar with this expression. If we substitute the values here, force is equal to half epsilon a into v square by d square, whereas if we rewrite that in the form of an voltage, total amount of voltage measured in this type of attracted disk type electrostatic voltmeter, V is equal to square root of 2f d square divided by epsilon A. This is the expression we need to solve some problems and all. So if we see the advantages, in previous class also we discussed some of the advantages with respect to electrostatic voltmeters. What are the various advantages means, power requirement. The power requirement is very less. There is no frequency error at this instant. Okay, there is no behavior of magnetic field. That's why the stray magnetic field or stray magnetic errors are absent. Only we are creating the deflection torque with the help of a static electric field. That means force of attraction or force of repulsion is done only with the help of electric field, and it can be read around 20 kilovolts. Highest range is 20 kilovolts or 10 kilovolts also. There is an application of 10 kilovolts also, and you can use for AC and DC. Okay, and most important disadvantage, that is it is expensive. It is designed for measuring of high voltages. We are saying we can measure what amount of voltage it is. It is expensive and it is designed to measure high voltage. Okay, and second thing is scale is not uniform here, and the operating force is very less. Operating force is very less. So that's up to now in today's class. In today's class of measuring high voltage using electrostatic voltmeters, we discussed about the introduction, principle of working again. We discussed it in previous classes also. We discussed that, we revised that again. We have analyzed the operation of a linear type electrostatic instrument, and we discussed about circular motion type electrostatic instrument. We have seen the discussion and we analyzed the operation and construction of Kelvin multicellular voltmeter. We have seen quadrant voltmeter. We analyzed various classification of quadrant voltmeter, that is heterostatic type quadrant voltmeter, idiostatic type quadrant voltmeter, and we have seen attracted disk type electrostatic voltmeter, that is Kelvin electrostatic voltmeter, and we have discussed about the voltage expression for electrostatic voltmeter. We analyzed various advantages and disadvantages.